So the question we're going to ask today is if the pharmaceutical industry is paying the FDA to approve drugs. This is a question that's been asked and raised multiple times, and I wanted to discuss this so that everyone understands what it is that's being paid for. It's important to recognize that that part of it, it's a partial truth, but what I'm trying to provide is what this actually means. Let's address it head on. Is the pharmaceutical company paying towards drug approvals? The answer is yes. What is it paying towards actually? So there are user fees, and this started in about 1992. There was something called PDUFA, or the Prescription Drug User Fee Act, and what that did was it talked about the FDA was having problems with money. They said that, you know what, we can't afford to do all the patient safety stuff, all the clinical trial stuff, all the things we need to do to make sure that we have safe, efficacious, non-adulterated, non-misbranded drugs out there. So what we need is, if you don't want delays, pharmaceutical industry, because we just don't have the people, we are going to need money. So what Congress did was said, okay, pharmaceutical companies have money, FDA needs money. What we're going to do is, if the pharmaceutical company agrees to pay a fee, what that will do is that the FDA will have money now to actually get the right number of people. These people can then promise things like, we'll look at your studies more in time. They don't say anything about actually approving the study on time, or approving that things will happen. It's sort of like paying a driver's license fee. Just because you pay the fee doesn't mean you actually get the driver's license. It just means that that there's a fee paid, and that money goes towards having the right people in place. There was PDUFA that started, or PDUFA 1 that started in 1992. It was renewed in 97, then 2002, 2007, so about every 5 years or so. And now we are in 2012, where PDUFA 5 is currently being negotiated. Each time PDUFA is renegotiated, new bits and pieces are added to it. And under this User Fee Act, you'll get things like, we want the pharmaceutical industry to now warn us when there are drug shortages that they're going to cause. That is actually part of the negotiations of PDUFA 5. Something that wasn't required previously, but now every time PDUFA is reauthorized, they get new things in there to convince the pharmaceutical industry to do in exchange for something else. And that something else is often things like shortened approval times, or, for example, people are discussing whether they can get biosimilar approval and what would that actually look like. I mean, they're working through the biosimilars process separately, but what I mean is the biosimilars in terms of user fees and what that would mean. But the point being, and I wanted to address this question head on, yes, the pharmaceutical industry does pay, but it doesn't pay for drugs to be approved. It pays for the timelines to be more assured. So when you're spending millions of dollars on getting a drug to that process, you don't want time being wasted in bureaucracy. And having these people in place who can review the information that you've given, for better or for worse, is a good idea. And that's what these user fees do. If anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Take care. Bye-bye.